This is downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where today Heinz Field, home to Pitt, will host the second game of the young season. In town to challenge the Panthers are the Black Bears of Maine, coming off a win in their opener. College football on ESPN3, presented by Sprint. All football, no limits, only from Sprint. Welcome to a super September Saturday in downtown Pittsburgh, the battle between Maine and the University of Pittsburgh. We are inside Heinz Field. Happy to welcome you and have you along this Saturday. I'm John Sanders, along with Christian Fourier, who is an All-American in Colorado, also has a pair of Super Bowl championship rings in his collection. Both teams winning their opening game. Let's talk first of all about Pittsburgh. They struggled in the first half.
Yeah, they got off to a slow start, but they started going when Ray Graham started going. Now, this is a run-based play-action pass offense, but the success of this offense is due to the running game. Now, Ray Graham finished with 29 rushes, 201 yards, and 3 touchdowns. If they're going to have the same success last week, they need to give him the ball a lot. I'm thinking 25, 30 touches.
They might get him involved in that passing offense as well this afternoon. He is the Big East Offensive Player of the Week, but a special teams player of the week in just about any conference would play for Maine, and his name is Trevor Costin.
Trevor Costin had a great game last week. He ended with 5 returns for 130 yards, including a touchdown at 74 yards. He also had 2 picks. Now, if Maine wants to stay in this game, they're going to need big plays by their best players. Trevor Costin has to come up today.
And obviously outmatched coming into the game, they're going to have to play perfect football.
Pitt is bigger, they're stronger, and they're faster. Everybody has to play well.
It is home game number 2 for the Panthers, who share this stadium with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The cheerleaders, the fans, the players, the mascots, everybody is ready to go. We've got the kickoff for the Black Bears of Maine and the Panthers of Pittsburgh straight ahead on ESPN3. Bright, sunny day, Maine against Pitt, game number 2 for both teams. The weather, well, it's much better than it was a week ago when it was in the mid-90s at kickoff. Right now it's 69 degrees, a little bit of breeze, and we actually do have some sun right now. Here's the head coach, Jack Cosgrove, who has been there for 19 seasons. He went to school there, and Christian, he just kind of stayed after that.
Yeah, you know what? If you have a good thing, why leave? And he knows this is going to be a big challenge for his team today. He's looking for an error-free game.
Ondish will kick off for the Black Bears, who in their opening week defeated Bryant 28-13. They built a 28-0 lead and then kind of put it in cruise control. Corey Davis will be the deep back to receive the kick, and we are underway here on ESPN3. Davis from the 8. Tried to get outside, and they'll run him out of bounds near the 24-yard line. 16 yards on the return. Tino Sinceri, who overthrew some people early in that game last week, hoping he can correct that this afternoon.
He's going to need to settle down right off the bat. Last week, the coaches talked about how everyone was too hyped for that first game. Let's see how this first drive goes.
You can see the slot back is Hubie Graham. He is a tight end slot back, and Sinceri's in trouble and down inside the 20. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the University of Pittsburgh. And you see the skilled players. Keep your eye on Mike Shanahan. He's a big one, an excellent receiver, had 5 catches last week. And on the offensive line, Ryan Turnley, just his second start at center, and he played well last week. No bad snaps. Inside handoff to Graham. 25, cuts it back and spins his way close to the 30. The tackle by McMillan, who had 11 tackles a week ago. He picks up the first one this afternoon. Good yardage on that play from Graham.
You know, this is what they do best, this zone read offense, which Graham is great at running. You're going to see a lot of this today, but they don't want to start with a sack.
Well, he picked up 11. He got 11 of those yards back, but it's still 3rd down and about 4. Sinceri sets, fires, passes, caught at the 40-yard line. Well, the Panthers will pick up their initial first down. Street made the catch, and he zipped that football in there that time.
You know, the key to a good quarterback is making sure that he takes his time and takes what the offense gives him. And this is what Coach talks about, Coach Graham, trusting the system, trusting the offense.
Costin was there defensively, but not in time. Graham will get 5. Let's take a look at the Black Bears defensive set for this afternoon. There are the men along the line. Farnor, a very good player. Linebackers. Akey had a good game last week for Maine in their victory. And we'll get back to the secondary in a minute. Pass is dropped in the flat. It's an incomplete pass. It was intended for Sadler. Now the defensive secondary, and we've already touched on the play in the game that Costin had last week, but McMillan was their leader in tacklers, even though he's a strong safety. Third down coming up for Pittsburgh, about 5 yards to go. Sinceri. And that's incomplete, intended again for Sadler. Givens knocked it down, and so the Panthers do pick up one first down, but now they'll have to kick it away.
Well, last week they had 43 plays in the first half. They only came away with 7 points. We talked about how sluggish they started. Tino Sinceri missing a bunch of throws downfield. You want to get into a rhythm with this fast tempo offense.
And guess who's back to receive the kick?
Let me guess. Number 3, Mr. Costin.
Yaklik will handle the punting. That's some pretty good rush that time.
They're going to make sure that they corral him and don't let him go downfield. You're going to see the front line.
And we've got a flag. They ran into the kicker. Well, that's a break for the Panthers, and that's the kind of mistake that the young men from Orono can't make.
Yeah, you know,
Running into the kicker. Defense. Number 46. 5-yard penalty.
It's still fourth down, according to the officials.
That was, I'm not sure you can really call that.
No.
I mean, he did run into the kicker, right? So, yes, he is right that way. But, well, what's fortunate for them, it was they still get the ball back. And the fans want him to go for it.
But they will not, so Yaklik will kick again. Costin is deep, standing inside his own 20, and now the Panthers are going to talk it over.
Yeah, maybe they'll think it through.
They're going to take a 30-second timeout right here to make a decision early on, and I know the head coach, Coach Graham, would love to put some early pressure on this team. And we are back with 13:09 to play, and the Panthers will go for it on 4th and short right at midfield. They have inserted Jubilato, the fullback, to block for that guy Graham, who puts his head down, and I think he gets into Buffalo territory. It'll be a first down.
Awfully close, though.
It's the 49-yard line of the Black Bears. The Panthers now go with two tailbacks, Graham and Brown in there. That's about a 5-yard pickup.
You know, Zach Brown gives them a great opportunity to do a bunch of different things when he's in the backfield, number 4. He can run the ball. He can be a lead blocker. They're not going to flex him out too much, but it gives that defense more to worry about.
Second down 5, Maine 44.
He scored the first touchdown of the year, and there's a reverse for the Panthers. Sinceri out to block, first down and more as they get inside the 35-yard line. That's Ronald Jones, who can also see some playing time on the kick teams, and he'll pick up a big first down for the Panthers.
Misdirection, trying to get Maine thinking about the run. They give it to number 14, the freshman Ronald Jones. Does a nice job for a rookie.
10th play of the drive coming up. And the direct snap that time to Graham, who will get down to about the 31-yard line before he's dropped on the play.
Throwing a little wildcat action in there, keeping Sinceri in. I'm sure Maine wasn't prepared for that one. They did a good job stopping it.
Held him to a gain of 3. Second down. 11:45 remaining. First quarter just underway. Play action. Sinceri looking right, throwing right. The catch is made. A diving catch made by Street, Devin Street.
You know, if Sinceri throws this to him so Street doesn't have to fall down, he actually just can almost walk into the end zone. But it was a nice catch by Street, who played well as their deep threat.
21-yard gain. Sinceri throwing on the run, and down at the 5 goes Graham. Hubie Graham, the guy that plays H-back, plays out of the backfield, plays tight end. He made the catch there.
Yeah, he's going to be all over the field. He's going to be flexed out in the backfield. Him and Brown play the same role when they're in the backfield.
It is second down and 5. They can get a first without a touchdown. Motion man. Oh, he got very close to it. The Panthers signal touchdown, but the referee does not. And it was Cole, Michael Cole, number 99, who had a chance to stop that play, and he was able to fight his way down for a first and goal.
You know, good runners, they never get stopped by the first guy. They just keep working. They can see everybody jumping on him, trying to stop him. He leans forward, almost gets it in there.
This will be the 14th play of this opening drive, aided by the running into the kicker penalty. No signal yet. There's the signal. So the Panthers strike first on their opening possession. That means that they have now scored the last 5 times they've had the football in this young season. Ray Graham had 3 TDs last week. He gets number 1 this afternoon.
The fullback come in. They actually missed their blocks. I'm not sure if he actually even got in. His head crossed the goal line, but I don't know if the ball did. I mean, it's...
And the player walking off the field now for Buffalo as we come back live is Ryan Nanny.
I don't know if they...
Ryan Nanny is actually in his 6th year with this program at Maine. Because of injuries and red shirts, he's playing for his 6th year. And that's not a good sign. And now the Panthers will line up for the point after with 10.5 minutes to play. Harper for the PAT. Yaklik will hold. And you go back. The pick kick is no good. I'll tell you what, so far on the season, Chris Harper, who missed 2 field goals last week, now misses an extra point. Panthers take it 76 yards on their first possession. Took 4.5 minutes off the clock. Missed the extra point. And they have the lead 6-0 now as they prepare. And of course, that whole drive, Christian, was aided by the running into the kicker penalty.
Those are the things that Cosgrove said he doesn't need to happen if they're going to stick in this game. And I tell you what, on that last touchdown, Jerron McMillan is kicking himself. He had 11 tackles last week, and he was unblocked and couldn't make the play.
Boone and Walker are deep. This is Boone with it. A little stutter step across the 20, down at about the 23. Let's go back and take a look at exactly what Christian is talking about.
Good lead block. But Jerron McMillan, unblocked, trips him up. I'm not sure if the ball even crossed the plane, John. I know his head did, but I'm surprised they didn't challenge that. At least take another look at it. Watch where the ball lands. His head's across the plane, but the ball is behind the line.
It was ruled a touchdown. There was no review. So Warren Smith, a transfer from Iona, in the backfield along with this is Brown, and he'll get maybe a yard, and that's about it. Let's take a look at the offense for the Black Bears. We talked about Brown, who had almost 150 yards rushing last week, running behind that offensive line that features probably their best player on the line is Chris Howley at right guard. Officially no gain on the play. Second down 10. We have 10 minutes left in the opening quarter.
So Maine is going to do this pre-snap read. Every time they come up to the play, they're going to check and see what the defense does. Once the defense shows their hand, they're going to call their play.
4 wide outs in this formation. They've got some
blitz.
Excellent receivers. Setting up his session in the backfield. Here's a flag. And the pass is caught. And that's first down yardage across the 35 by Pushawn Brown, who will await the penalty, which is thrown back at the line of scrimmage.
Excellent job of Smith. Backside pressure.
Illegal formation.
Getting rid of it. That was a planned screen.
5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Again, now you have 2 penalties that killed momentum. Let them score in the first series. Now you have a nice little screenplay that picks up some yardage, and you got to get back. Now you're at second and.
Jeff McConaughey is our referee, and the crew is from the Big East. So they had the first down out across the 30-yard line, close to the 35, but it all comes back. So Warren Smith, who runs the ball a lot more than Sinceri, ran it 14 times last week. A bit of a delay handoff right there as Brown powers his way up the middle across the 20 to the 22. Price and Gordon, a couple of the linebackers, and you talk about searching for the right combination at that linebacker spot. On my depth chart, Christian, I have 12 guys.
Yeah, last week they rotated 8 different guys in that front 7. They're trying to find out who works best in what situation and position.
They got the 5 yards of the penalty back, so they're looking at 3rd and 10. Smith came from Iona to Maine after Iona dropped football. Runs away from pressure and throws it away. Threw it right into his own bench. So the Panthers hold.
Well, that's what he wants to do. You know, Coach talks about living to fight another day. If you don't have what you're looking for, don't do anything stupid. Do not throw an interception. He has nothing. It's the coverage sacks. He's getting pressured. He just throws it out of bounds. Now let's play field position.
Well, it was Alexi who had that big 47-yard interception return last week that turned the game around against Buffalo, who was applying the pressure that time. Waxman to kick. Randall Jones is deep for Pittsburgh. Another flag. Jones fields it at the 47-yard line and gets into Maine territory. Well, let's await the penalty call. Would appear.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 players in the at the snap. Penalties decline. First down.
So the Panthers will take the field position as the clock reaches 8:09 to play in the opening quarter. One of the things you look at, the size of the line, offense versus defense, and the tail of the tape certainly favors the University of Pittsburgh.
There's a lot of big boys in that Pitt offensive line, and the defensive line for Maine, they're going to have to be scrappy. They're going to have to move around. They're not going to let these guys get an even fit on them so they can push them around.
3 wide receivers split to the right side in this formation. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 44-yard line of Maine. Sinceri throws on the run, completes the pass. It's going to be just short of a first down. Going to Shanahan. And it's Mike. I talked about him being a good possession receiver. He had 5 catches last week, a career high for him.
Hey, look at the offensive line, giving him lots of time on the sprint out. Easy pitch and catch. Shanahan Nice tall 6'5" receiver / tight end.
Graham got through the middle, kind of stumbled a bit, and then regained his balance and picks up a first down at the 25. Well, that's a luxury to have, isn't it, in this offense, a guy like Graham?
You got to have a guy that can run. Everyone thinks that the spread offense is all about passing. It's all about running. You got to have a good running game or nothing opens up.
Sinceri throws it away.
That's what you're looking for from him also. Nice coverage by Maine, not allowing those. He only had 2 receivers going out. You don't have the check down, you don't have to throw, just throw it away. It's all about trusting your offense, trusting your ability, trusting the system.
Second down 10 from the 25 of the Black Bears. That's Sadler in motion. And there's nothing up the middle that time. Good hit applied by Bootman.
So this is going to be a victory. They can get Pitt off the field on 3rd down. Let their field goal kicker come out there again. Just going to play zone.
Sinceri is going to be dragged down from behind for a loss. Like he had somebody open briefly, but he couldn't finish it off, and Alston, the defensive end, made the tackle.
Looks like Zach Brown. He wanted to go to Zach Brown, but it might be that he missed the read, went the wrong way. Starting out, he turned in, couldn't throw it to him. Now Kevin Harper is going to get another chance. He's missed his 2 field goals last week, mixed the extra point today, kicked one out of bounds last week. He needs some confidence.
This is a 44-yard attempt. He's got plenty of leg. It's been the direction that's been a problem, and that is his first field goal of the season. That's got to feel good.
And he is happy jumping.
So Walker back there, number 42. Boone at the goal line. Spins away across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. And let's talk about the pressure that Pitt so far has put on Smith, the quarterback for Maine.
Well, Pitt's not going to make it easy on him. Greg Williams flushing Smith out. And then Chaz Alexley getting after it also, making him throw the ball out of bounds. So far, Maine has not converted a first down. And Pitt's doing it with their front 4.
Let's see what Warren Smith can do as they have the ball at the 22-yard line. Brown is the lone setback. Like the Panthers, they go out of the shotgun. Perillo, the tight end, was in motion. Smith throws, and the catch is made across the 25 to near the 28-yard line. Derek Johnson, who caught 3 passes last week, snags that one. It is second down, about 4. A little motion there from the tight end again. Brown looking for some, excuse me, not Brown, it's Walker looking for some place to go, and there was no place. Ron Price in there to make the tackle.
Juan Price, freshman, getting some playing time. He plays that Panther linebacker position. The coaches talked about getting him more time. Doesn't get fooled by the play, comes in and makes a nice tackle. Now, Pitt's coordinators talked about being more aggressive on receivers and putting more pressure on the quarterback.
3rd down and 7. Got a 4 receiver formation right now for Warren Smith. And again, feeling pressure and gets out of it. Lindsey leading the way and finally dropping him back at the 15-yard line. That's the problem. You've got to give the quarterback a little time.
They only rushed 3 guys. Everybody else dropped into cover, just playing zone, and there's nowhere to go with the ball. Lindsey takes on 2 guys, recovers, gets off the ground, and makes the tackle. That's what they're looking for in that Panther linebacker position. Someone who can play the run and still get after the quarterback when he's rushing.
Waxman will handle the punting. Jones is deep, standing back at his own 44-yard line. Nice kick. Fair catch. And he'll bring it down at the 48 of Pittsburgh. So again, good field position, Christian, for the Panthers.
Yeah, the field position is one of those things where you're playing with a short field against a smaller and slower team. You've got to take advantage of every situation.
See the slow start for the Panthers a week ago, but so far this afternoon, so good if you're Pittsburgh, because you've scored a touchdown and a field goal in 2 possessions. And there's the head coach, Todd Graham, who one time was an assistant down the road at West Virginia. Now their field position, they started their first drive from the 24, then the Maine 49, and now from their own 48-yard line, and there'll be nothing there.
It's interesting situation with Graham. You know, as a new coach, you figure you're going to have to be charged with changing a losing culture. But Pitt won 27 games in the last 3 seasons. They've been in contention for the Big East title each year. Now they just need to get that next step. Graham is the guy to do that.
Sinceri, it's open down the middle, first down. The Panthers able to complete the pass that time.
Mike Shanahan does a great job of finding those little holes, finding those voids, and make those throws easy for Sinceri.
Ray Graham, he'll stutter step for about 3 to the 35-yard line.
Graham is strong. I mean, when he gets hit, he just keeps going.
Hakey made the tackle.
Guy's jumping all over his back and he's driving his legs. Looks like he's pulling a cart.
Picked up 2. Second down 8. 2:33 to play first quarter. Sinceri feels some pressure and down he goes. Back outside the 40 at the 43-yard line. Again, it's Hakey.
And you see him. You see that Ray Graham and Sinceri talking about the player. Looks like Graham should have ran a different route. Sinceri goes to look for it for the check down, and he's not there, and then he gives up a sack.
Well, they got good pressure from Capella to lead the charge, and then Aki put him away with the sack. Aki coming off a 10-tackle game last week in the 28-13 win over Bryant. Sinceri's passes dropped. Incomplete. Intended for Williams. So that Williams could not hang on. So the Panthers will be forced to punt.
Now I'd look out for the pooch punch here. This is a read. If they get the coverage that they want, they're going to go ahead and throw it. If not, they're going to kick it.
They did this twice last week.
So they didn't get what they want. Costa's going to get back there and get a chance to get this back, get a return from it. So they're going to kick it out back.
Not a bad job that time by Tino Sinceri. This is a matchup of the FCS Football Championship subdivision against the FBS, the Football Bowl subdivision. And you can see Maine, 8 straight years they've played a Division I team, including Syracuse the last couple of years. Their big win was that one against Mississippi State in 2004.
And they also had a close, an almost win against Nebraska.
That's right.
That Coach Cosgrove talks about, and what they had to do to come, 1, beat Mississippi State, and 2, hang around in that game against Nebraska. And they talked about making no mistakes, punting a lot, and then hanging around and believing that you can win, and then hopefully getting some help from the other team.
Session and Brown in the backfield, and Session plays wide out, plays a little tight end, plays a little H-back. It's Brown trying that right side. And the pile will push across the 10 to maybe the 12.
And on the number 2, Pushan Brown.
So Pushan Brown will pick up a couple of yards on the play.
Maine's 2 best offensive linemen are Garrett Williams and Chris Howley. Smartest players and the strongest. If they're going to run, they're probably going to run to that side. But they got Miles Carradine, Aaron Donald. They're going against two guys that are, and KK Mosley Smith, freshman, 290, 295 pounds.
Second and 6. Nothing there for Brown. He was wrapped up immediately on the play by the Pitt defense. Hargrove got the start last week, and he's getting the start again this afternoon. He's part of a veteran group up there. He's a redshirt senior. Carradine is the same, and Alexi also a redshirt senior. So they've got 50-year guys in those spots on that defensive line.
One thing Wongstad did is he had the cupboard filled with defensive linemen.
And now timeout is going to be called by Maine. Black Bears saw something they did not like, and so quickly Warren Smith asked for a timeout. 36 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter of play, and so far so good. I think you'd have to say a better start for Pitt than they had last week in that 7-3 halftime lead that they had over Buffalo.
They're doing all the right things, but Maine is not helping themselves at all. They've had 3 penalties, one on special teams that extended a drive that led to a touchdown. They had one on a punt return. They've sacked Sinceri twice, but they're not really getting any movement on that offensive line. So if I am the offense, if I'm Maine offense, I am going east to west to go north and south. You got to hit those quick slants, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers quick, like Buffalo did against Pitt last week.
Well, that's the game we were talking about. At Mississippi State, they won at 9-7. Bulldogs did not score after the first quarter. It is 3rd down and 10 here. You see Maine punted 8 times, but hung in there and got the victory. Smith, quick out, is deflected.
Pitt's done a great job of mixing up their blitzes from zone blitzes to just straight zone, rushing 3, dropping 4. Anything that Maine's called, Pitt has fell right into it.
Jones.
Now, another field position battle going on. They haven't been able to move the ball past midfield.
Waxman would do the punting, and back deep to receive the kick once again is Randall Jones, and you can see he's standing in midfield, so they're going to get more good field position. The only time they didn't have good field position was that opening drive where they had to go 76 yards. That's not a good help. And it's kicked by one of the Black Bears. Rolls dead inside the 25, but he actually kicked it at about the 27-yard line.
So far, this might be Jack Cosgrove's nightmarish situation.
Wow, they're going to spot it at the 23, but if you look at that,
this is not what he had in mind when he gave his pregame talk in the locker room.
Absolutely
Guys,
not.
come out fast. No mistakes, error-free.
Starting this drive at the Maine 23-yard line. Sinceri likes to look right and throw right. Completes it, making the catch is Street. He'll have a first down. Devin Street, a redshirt sophomore from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, made the catch.
That was a great job by him. Working his way inside. Number 22 went outside to cover the flat, and he fit right in that hole.
Quarter winding down. Sinceri on the move, completes the pass. That is Cameron Sadler who made the catch out of the pass from Sinceri, and that winds up the first quarter of play. The Panthers dominating at home in game number 2. 9-0 Panthers. They've got a touchdown on their first drive, a field goal later, and they are on top. Back with more here on ESPN 3. Nothing as we start the second quarter of play. College football on ESPN 3, presented by Sprint. It is 2nd down and 7. The ball is spotted at the 8-yard line. Sinceri with play action, throws it away. Notice how often, if you watch him, he looks to the right when he's in a passing situation. I haven't seen him throw the ball left at all today.
Well, it might be because everybody's kind of predetermined one side. But great coverage by Maine, not allowing him to get out of the pocket, covering big Mike Shanahan out. That's where he wanted to go with the ball.
Now Sinceri will roll, pressure from the backside, runs into his own blocker, still on his feet, throws it to the end zone, almost picked off. And you know who almost got his 3rd of the year. That's Costin, was right there.
Yeah. This is what Todd Graham does not want him to do. This is a situation when you're running around, you're trying to find something, running into your lineman. It's like the Keystone Cops out there. No, doesn't have it there. He's finally going to try and throw it to the outside. Probably best just to throw it out of bounds.
Harper on for a field goal, hit from 44 earlier. This one will be 25. Yaklik, the holder. The kick is up and the kick is good. A 25-yarder, the second of the afternoon for Harper, starting to, as you mentioned, feel a little more confident now after he missed that point after.
Yeah, there was one guy that wanted to get on the field the fastest. That was Kevin Harper after the game he had last week, kicking balls out of bounds, missed 2 field goals. Then he comes in and he misses his first PAT attempt, which is probably the easiest thing to do. Then he goes ahead and makes 2 tough field goals.
Well, Coach Todd Graham has pointed out that this squad, and a lot of them have been around for 4 or 5 years, they're playing with a new offense, a new defense, and a new kicking game.
Yeah,
everything is brand new.
Yeah, they went from a 4-3 zone defense to an attacking 3-4 defense. They went from a pro-style offense to a spread them out, run and gun. And so everybody is on both sides of the ball has had to learn a new culture, a new system. They work out differently. They train harder. They train longer. He says he has his whole offense in, but 65% of it should be mastered by the end of the season. Mastered. So you know it's a 2-year plan.
Harper will kick off. Boone and Walker will be deep to receive the kick. From the goal line. Boone hit from behind as he gets across the 20 and dropped on the play. So the Panthers will set up defensively. And if you're Maine, if you're the Black Bears, and you look ahead here, they've got to get something going offensively.
They have got to get some sort of movement from their offensive line. Let's watch the kickoff return now. It's a nice return. Makes a couple guys miss, gets some decent field position. But offensively for Maine, last week what Buffalo did is they kept hitting those slant routes. They obviously are having a tough time running up the middle. So if you're Smith, you want to get some quick throws, some bubble screens, some quick slants, get him overcommitting, then try and run the ball.
Now they have only 2 yards in total offense so far in this football game. That one is deflected and incomplete, and that is the kind of play that Buffalo ran so effectively last week against the Panthers.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Keith Patterson said in his 23 years, he's never seen a team stick to the quick pass, even though they were pressed coverage every single time, but they kept going after it, they kept throwing it, and he gave them credit. They kept completing it, too. They really challenged those cornerbacks, especially K'Wan Williams.
Well, they dominated the time of possession because on the Panthers scoring drives last week, they were about 2 minutes and 30 seconds apiece. There's a short pass that's completed to 25. Good for a couple on the play. McDonald made the catch. He caught 6 passes last week. And he wrapped up inside by redshirt sophomore Shane Gordon.
That's a nice quick throw by Smith. As many completions as you can get is good. Doesn't matter if it's only for 4 yards. Doesn't matter if it's 3 yards. Now you have 3rd down. It's manageable. It's 3rd and 7. Taglianetti comes in, number 41.
And he's a guy that plays all over the place. Smith sets, throws left, the pass is caught, and that's a first down across the 35 to the 37-yard line. It was Buttles who caught the ball.
That was
Taglianetti there defensively.
Their first down of the game. Lines up to the field side. Lots of room out there. Easy throw. Off coverage. They only rushed 3.
11-yard pickup and a first down. And the Panthers jump in the neutral zone.
This is what Maine did last week against Bryant.
Offside. Defense. Number 97. Making contact with an offensive lineman. 5-yard penalty. First down.
This is what they call a hard 2. They're going to try and call their plays, try and get the defense to show their hand where the blitz is coming, who do they think is going to have their best matchup. Get a couple penalties on that could help them out.
They picked up 5 there, so it's 1st and 5. Here comes the blitz, and the pass is caught on the far side. And it'll be into Pittsburgh territory and a first down on the play.
Now they're starting to get into a nice little rhythm here. A couple passes completed.
Now Johnson made that catch, and there defensively was K'Wan Williams for Pittsburgh. Right at midfield, first down. We mentioned they need to get something going offensively, and so far they're doing it. Quarterback draw that time, and there's some room up the middle for Smith. Mentioned he is much more of a runner than Sinceri. Carried it 14 times. Last week, Price had to come and make the tackle.
Pittsburgh blitzing off the backside the past couple plays. Great job by the offensive line of opening it up for Smith. They need more of the same if they're going to keep this game close.
13 yards on that play. First down 10. The ball at the 38-yard line. Same play.
Same play. Other side.
Not as good a result as he is dropped at the 35-yard line. So give him about 3 on the play, maybe 2. 2nd and 8 coming.
But at least you're getting into a rhythm now where you can get farther into your playbook. Nothing has worked for them, so they can't set Pitt up with anything. Now you've run it, you've thrown it. Now let's look for some play action on 2nd down.
And that's the kind of look that Buffalo gave the Panthers last week. Set and then reset once they see what's going on.
Great job by Smith sending his blocker to the other side.
Battles and McDonald are the receivers. That one is bobbled and incomplete on the far side.
Intended for 83, Derek Johnson.
Intended for Derek Johnson. He could not hang on to it. So now it's 3rd and long. Hargrove checks back into that Panther lineup along the defensive line. The Quentin Smith will come out. So a little more beef there for Pittsburgh. 11:28 to play in the first half. Smith rolls away from pressure. Puts his head down and gets cracked at the 30 by Donald.
Nice pursuit by Donald. And Smith, what we talked about earlier, how good he is on his feet, how good he is at directing traffic, and with ball security. He's going to get chased down here by big number 97. Takes a nice little wallop.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Now we have a decision to make. It's 4th down. Oh, I like this. I like that they're going to go for this. Might be a false count. Try and get them going. Pitt's going to think about it also.
And the play clock was winding down to 2. And so the timeout is going to be taken by Pitt. It was Pittsburgh calling the timeout. And that's interesting because the play clock was at 2.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if Maine would have gotten it off.
There are some numbers for Cosgrove. Went back after going to college in Maine. Went back and coached high school football. Also an assistant a couple of years at Boston College under Bicknell. Then came back to Maine as an assistant. Became the head coach. And he must like it there. He has stayed. He's not left. Been on a few sidelines, hasn't he?
No, we got to see if they're really going to go for this, or they're going to have a trying to get Pitt to go off sides. If you're going to go by your best lineman.
They've got McDonald in the backfield. Session is the motion man. Brown is going to be close. Donald teaming with LaQuinton Smith to stop that play, and it's very close to the first down.
There was a hole there, a bigger hole, but I think he missed his read. No, actually, the guy missed their blocks. Donald came right through. He could have flexed it out a little bit, but it's rough. Second guess it back with his reads.
No, what's your call here? I think he's got it.
You're going to put me on the spot, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go with you. I want to jump on board with you. All right, that's what we're talking about, living to fight another day. You got a fresh set of downs.
It's a big play and a big measurement because it is key that the Black Bears keep this drive alive. This will be the 10th play in the drive coming up. Ball is spotted inside the 30, about the 27-yard line.
Now Maurice McDonald is at the bottom, is playing at the boundary position. Flexed out. He's their best receiver, their best route runner.
Instead, they go to Brown, and he's dragged down as he gets inside the 25-yard line by LaQuinton Smith, a true freshman out of Orlando, Florida.
McDonald was flexed out one-on-one on K'Wan Williams, who got a lot of looks last week. Got caught looking inside, got beat a couple times. If you're going to try and go after somebody, that's the guy you want to attack if you're Maine.
First truly long possession of the game for the Black Bears. 10 minutes remaining in the half. Brown fights his way through a big crowd. Tumbles down to about the 22-yard line.
Not sure I'm a huge fan of the second down run. A lot of pass opportunities out there, flexed out wide to the perimeter.
Third down coming, third and about 5. And this drive began with at the 14:30 mark, and it's now down to 9:30. So they've kept the football away from Pittsburgh.
An eye on Brandon Lindsay at the bottom of the screen.
Pump fake to Lindsay. They go long toward the end zone. Battle is on, and the catch is made. It's a touchdown. By Buttles. He used his size. He's 6'5", a fifth-year senior. Got in front of the defender that time, Christian, and just used that size to put it away.
He went against Jason Hendricks, 6'1", weight 85. This is basically basketball 101. Here comes the rebound. Go up and get it at its highest point. His helmet falls off. Unbelievable catch. He was covered. He was blanketed. Warren Smith gave him a chance to make a play, and he came up with it.
A 22-yard touchdown strike, and Maine gets on the scoreboard. A beautiful drive that time by the Black Bears. PAT is up, and the PAT is good. So the kicking handled that time by Harvey. Let's take a look at this 22-yard touchdown pass and the reaction of head coach Carsgrove as his team gets on the scoreboard. Right now it's Pittsburgh 12 and Maine 7. A touchdown strike by the Maine Black Bears makes it a 12-7 ball game, and this was done perfectly, I think, as far as the execution was concerned.
It was a great job by
Ondish will handle the kickoff. Deep man for the Panthers is Corey Davis. Good possession drive by Maine. Gets themselves right back in the ball game. Fielded at the 18 by Davis. He gets outside the 30 to about the 33. Let's take another look at the TD catch by a guy who's 6'5".
Well, they faked a bubble screen, and Buttles kind of seeps out on the wheel route, and he actually has great coverage by Hendricks, but he's just oversized, outmanned. Warren Smith with a great job of sitting in the pocket to the last second. Look at him going to get it at the highest point. Helmet pops off. That is a Sports Illustrated cover catch right there.
And he did not bring it down to his body, did he? He just held it out there. I've got it. And that time a little play action and a keeper by the quarterback.
Jack Cosgrove is saying to his men on the sideline, this is what I told you. This is what I told you would happen. Hang around. Stay in the game. We'll make some big plays. We'll lull them to sleep. And then we'll have a chance at the end of the game.
It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock rolling, 8:45 to play in the half. He tried to sidearm at that time to his H-back or tight end Graham. Alston was applying some pressure.
Coach Graham talked about taking shots downfield. And so far, we haven't seen one vertical pass by Sinceri. Mostly check down, zone reads. He missed 3 last week. Completed 57% of his passes that game. And they're going to blitz.
And they've got him. Back at the 30, with pressure coming right up the middle to put Sinceri on his backside. Hockey teaming with McMillan.
Communication by the offensive line. The blitz comes late. They can't sort it out. 33 comes free, gets his sack. That's Aaron Ackey, a former quarterback. The leader, the smartest guy back on that defense with a sack.
Now Costin was deep to receive. And there is life in the Black Bears from Orono, Maine.
Now he's going to have a chance to take this one.
He's going to wave a fair catch and then fields it at the 25-yard line.
Dangerous. Danger, Will.
Let it bounce. Then he picked it up and goes down at the 25. 7:48 left first. Maine has jumped right back into the game. It's 12-7, and it was a terrific drive by the Black Bears.
It started off with a nice little quick slant to McDonald, just getting something going. Hits Buttles on the quick out to keep the momentum going. Then he's going to go to Johnson on the outside, pick up a first down. Then he's going to do it himself and get a first down. Takes a big hit, big fourth down run by Pushawn Brown, and then the big catch by Buttles. And there's the excitement he was looking for.
Well, the Black Bears get it back
Black Bears first and 10
at their own 23-yard line. First down and 10. Session was the motion man. Smith goes back the other way. Brown out of the backfield makes the catch. He's got a first down, and then he's knifed down at the 40-yard line. That was Williams. K'Wan Williams came up to hit him, but a good gain by number 2.
Offensive coordinator Kevin Borgeron is doing a great job right now, feeling the flow of this game, feeling the flow of the defense and what they're trying to do to his offense. Pushawn Brown with a great job waiting on the screenplay, getting upfield, getting yardage. Pitt right now a little bit on their heels after 2 good series by Maine.
17-yard pickup on that play. And Smith will settle Brown down in the backfield. First and 10 from the 40. Inside pass incomplete. There was some contact on the play. Reed was right there defensively, and you can see 6 of 11 so far for Warren Smith. He's also had, as you mentioned, Christian, a couple of nice runs on that last scoring drive.
What I'm impressed most with Smith is just his ability to handle this offense, his communication with the backs, with the O-line, with the receivers. He knows what he's doing. He's been in this offense. He's a leader. Coaches believe in him.
Looking at 2nd and 10 from his own 40. A 4-receiver formation. And that's overthrown.
I know that was an incompletion on that play, but if you saw the way Warren Smith directed tailback Pushawn Brown to go to the opposite side that he was on, Smith saw the blitz coming from the backside, motioned to Brown to pick it up, and they picked it up perfectly. He missed on the throw, but there was no sack. He wasn't hurried.
And Buttles, who caught the touchdown pass, was the intended receiver, but even that was too tall for the 6'5" receiver. 12-7, Panthers leading. Inside 7 minutes left in the half.
Now just be careful on this play. You don't need to get it. You can get half of it, change field position. Don't force anything.
3rd and 10, pressure coming up the middle, and they'll drop him back at the 35-yard line. That is Aaron Donald from Penn Hills High School here in Pittsburgh, a true sophomore.
That was a huge sack by Donald. Just bullied his way in there. Just beats the tackle right away. Throws down Smith with a little bit of oomph, just so he'll remember him.
It'll be Waxman to punt to Randall Jones.
Aaron Donald with a little bit of sauce on that sack, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smith might have some grass in his helmet.
Pretty good kick. Fair catch called for inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. That's where the Panthers will start their next possession with 6:09 remaining in the first half. Pittsburgh striking early, taking a 12-0 lead. But back come the Black Bears of Maine. 6:09 left before halftime. 12-7 is our score. The Panthers have the lead. You had a 12-0 lead. Along with Christian Fourier, I'm John Sanders, and driving Graham out of bounds on the far side.
I think you're going to see the tempo picked up a little bit more on this series, John. Coach talked about that he felt that the team didn't go fast enough last week, and he wants the tempo ratcheted up.
Graham will not get the first down. He'll get a yard, maybe two, as he falls forward. And that was Raybon Charles who made the hit on him. Black Bears are back in the game. Of course, it's tough to get any rhythm going when the other team's got the ball for like 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, winning